Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Took a day off yesterday mainly because there was nothing to talk about. We needed to wait and see what kind of price action we would get after hitting that high at 7.32. We look at the price action, and I think we talked about this last time. We look at the price action. What do we see here? We see a stock that, let's pull out the RSI. The RSI is where we saw the divergence. So let's remove the MACD. One thing before I let go of the MACD here, last time we came down to the yellow line, we did not go under it on the MACD, and we bounced. We're inside this pattern here, and you can see we're going up and down inside it. So it would be it would kind of coincide right here if we dropped to that trend line support, which would be low fives, which I told you guys, if it doesn't hold six, what's going to happen? It'll have to come down to fives, and it has to hold fives. If it doesn't hold fives, we're just going to start coming on down, because fives is what we had to get over to even be up here, to even touch $7. So that's kind of the big, that's going to be the big fighting point for buyers and sellers, that whole $5 area, 5 to 5.50. So let's see if buyers show up more than anything. That's really the thing that you have to watch out for, is are buyers going to show up? Are they going to show up? They haven't shown up. Buyers have not shown up. They haven't shown up here. They tried to show up here. Clearly, they're being taken out by sellers today. It'll depend entirely on how we close. But this happened last time, right? So we hit the top of the trend line. Buyers tried to show up the next day. Buyers tried to show up the next day. Big red candle. Are we going to get another big red candle into support? And then buyers showed up at the trendline support, and we rallied to a new high, which at this point would send us to 8+. I know people want stuff to go, they want stocks to go straight up, right? I get that, but that's not how it works, right? Stocks are going to take a breather. They're going to pull back, and then we go higher as long as it doesn't, as long as it keeps creating those higher highs, higher lows. So I'm not one bit concerned here. I'm not in it, because I'm just looking to day trade, obviously. I'm not going to do something silly like go all in. But yeah, it is a healthy pullback. I agree here with Raw Dog. All in on open. I'm not going to go all in on open. That would be silly. Yeah, some guy told me to buy up here, like, hey, you should buy big swing trade position. You'll make more than, $20 day trading. And I'm like, the only reason that I'll swing trade it if it drops that 60% that we measured out. We go to the weekly time frame, right? We measured out what happens after it hits the top. It loves to come down like 60%, 60%, 60%, 60%. I don't know why it does that. It just does. Maybe it has something to do with the Fibonacci retracement. I don't know. I'm not going to measure the Fibonacci. I don't care for it. I care about the discount measurement. So I will position for a swing trade position if we get that 60% off, because I love discounts. But I sure as hell was not going to buy a big position, man. Don't listen to that guy. That guy's an idiot. He probably did buy the top. Buying a top like that? Let me see. I'm trying to find the... video here. The comment section mainly. So yeah, buyers have to show up around fives and keep it up and keep this trend intact. And we're good at that point. So nothing to be concerned about short term. Unless we start breaking down. Then at that point. Yeah, the RSI, if you guys recall, I told you, I'm like, hey, I'm seeing a triple top here on the RSI, which usually coincides with the bottom, with the top, and we start tanking, right? Here we got a double top. And guess what followed that? We tanked. So I don't know why. It's interesting that there's patterns that show up on the RSI that aren't even there on the price chart. But this one loves to, at near tops, it loves to show loves to reveal these patterns that otherwise don't appear on the price, but they appear on the RSI. So that's why I'm being extra cautious, because you just got to respect patterns. Too many people, they see a pattern and they're like, oh, it's not going to play out. and then they get caught holding a big bag because they didn't listen. So, and that's just like, people see patterns. People aren't stupid. They see patterns. They're not dumb. They see it. We're all human. We're very good at recognizing patterns. So when people see patterns, guess what happens? The pattern tends to play out. Why? Because everyone sees it, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So that's just how it is. Every time we come up here, we just end up going down quite a bit too. Because here we reached a high of 5, dropped $3.20. So, I'm just saying the possibility is there. You can't say it can't happen. It's happened before. So we'll see how it plays out. Weekly time frame. Let's look at the weekly time frame here. I don't see anything of note on the weekly time frame. Not anything, at least, that I haven't talked about. Monthly time frame, like I said, like that $5 zone on the monthly time frame. $5 is it's the big level here that we had to get up above to finally break out of this range that we were in on the monthly time frame. So monthly time frame, we got the breakout. We would expect a retest of low fives, and then see if buyers show up there. If buyers show up, we're going to get another pump, and at the very least test $7 again. And then we'll see what happens from there. If we have enough strength from buyers to push higher. That's just how it is. Look, I'm just giving it to you the technical way. You could obviously just throw money and hope, but I'm not about that. Let's look at the monthly time frame here. I'm just curious. Nope, nothing here. Quarterly. Yearly time frame, we've just been going sideways, so finally breaking out. With $5 being a big level even on the monthly. I mean the yearly here. So that's what I'm saying. If 5 doesn't hold, then we're just going to go back into that range. I do wonder, where are buyers going to show up at the 50? Let me just check something here. Where are buyers showing up? Is this the 21 or the 50? That's the 50. I'm going to check the 21. I am curious where they're showing up. So that's the 50. Here's the 21. Our buyers showing up at the 21. They showed up here. Yeah, you know what's funny? Isn't that funny? Buyers show up at the 21 EMA. And if they are going to show up at the 21 EMA again, it would just, like I said, it would coincide with horizontal support. And it would coincide with showing up at that trend line as well. And the MACD cross under wouldn't happen. It would get rejected like it did here, and we go higher. We'd create a higher low. So I'd look to buy the dip at around 550 and under. Yeah, because tomorrow is what, Thursday? So yeah, it would come down like 550-ish, assuming it doesn't bounce today. Isn't that funny how these levels work, all these patterns? Still, you got to respect these RSI patterns down here. Like, you don't see a double top here, but it showed up on the RSI, and you would have seen that and been like, oh, this is a top if I've ever seen, time to get out. Or else you'd hold the bag all the way down here. And buyers showed up at the 50 EMA yet again. So 50 EMA acting as is not the 50 EMA. What am I saying? Is the 50 21 EMA? 21 EMA. I keep confusing myself. 21 EMA is where buyers are showing up. So dip buy opportunity coming up at low fives to 550. You know that's funny. You know what's funny is on the quarterly time frame. Look at this quarterly time frame. This is the 21 EMA. There's a white line here. On the quarterly time frame, that 21 EMA acted as support back then. Look where buyers showed up. Look where buyers showed up. And then it finally broke down. This quarter, we look at that. We tested that same quarterly 21 EMA, and it acted as it's acting as resistance right now. So if we can break above that, it would be bullish. So it literally is really important to hold fives, even on the quarterly time frame. Which again, I know people don't look at that, but so yeah, there you go. Pullbacks are expected. This is normal, part of the, creating higher highs, higher lows. And that's it for the video. I'm not bearish on it just yet. I know shorts are piling on for sure. Bullish if we hold that line in the sand, so to speak, at 5. And I think there's potential for at least 20% return easily just on the bounce, because the bounce is going to be violent. Because if this comes down to like 5s, the bounce back to 7 would be 45% from 5 to 7, or even 5 to 6 would be 22%. So there on the bounce, there's opportunity here to make money on the bounce, like 20 to 40% at least, depending on how far it goes. I don't know if you want to buy your calls, at least buy sometime, just to be clear, because I know some people want to go in with calls. I'll stop there, or else I'm going to keep going. 10-minute video, that's good enough. I'll see you guys in the next one.